the face and voice of Africa. The story of resurgent and burgeoning Africa is here, only on the Pulse of Africa channel. Pulse of Africa, the face and voice of Africa.
Greetings and welcome to Pulse of Africa News. I am your host, Nsai Gabiao. Stay tuned as we start with Ethiopia's leadership in global energy transition, highlighted at the IRENA Assembly in UAE. Ethiopia's role as a global leader in the energy transition was underscored during the 16th Assembly of the International Renewable Energy Agency held in the United Arab Emirates. Delivering Ethiopia's message at the Assembly, Ethiopian Ambassador to UAE, Jamal Bakr, said the country, as a founding member of the Accelerated Partnership for Renewables in Africa, is at the forefront of efforts to advance Africa's transition toward a green economy. He noted that Ethiopia derives more than 98% of its energy from renewable sources and has introduced transformative policy measures, including a ban on fossil fuel vehicle imports, positioning the country as a pace-setter for a green industrial revolution. IRENA, the world's leading intergovernmental organization for renewable energy, serves as its top decision-making body, setting the global agenda, approving budgets, endorsing work programs, and strengthening international cooperation to accelerate the energy transition. The Assembly comes amid shifting global dynamics, taking place just days after the United States announced its intentions to withdraw from IRENA. During the opening the plenary on Sunday, Kenya was elected vice president of the 16th Assembly representing Africa. Ambassador Jamal reaffirmed Ethiopia's commitment to sharing its experience in carbon-free energy development, highlighting the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam as more than a power project, describing it as a symbol of regional integration and climate resilience. Our message is clear. The future is renewable and Ethiopia is ready to lead, he said in a social media post. He further stated that Ethiopia will play an active role in helping the continent achieve the Nairobi Declaration goal of tripling renewable energy generation capacity by 2030. Ethiopia's policy initiatives promoting green industrial development powered by renewable energy and expanding access to electricity vehicles were also presented as best practices for partner countries. Algerian President Abdelmadjid Tebboune has issued an appeal to young Algerians living abroad in precarious and irregular circumstances, encouraging them to regularize their status and return to their homeland. He addressed those who had departed Algeria through irregular migration routes, often referred to as haraga, and who now face difficult living conditions overseas. Tebboune addressed young Algerians finding themselves abroad in a situation of precariousness and irregularity, having been deliberately misled by individuals who believed they could harm the credibility of the state by instrumentalizing them abroad against their country. The statement added that most of these individuals have only committed minor offenses, such as fear of a simple summons by the police or national gendarmerie to be heard on matters related to public order or some other similar reasons. Tebboune emphasized that such circumstances do not justify such suffering and warned that these young people risk exploitation by criminal networks or mafias. The measures excludes those involved in serious crimes, including violent offenses, drug trafficking, arms dealing, or collaboration with foreign security services aimed at harming Algeria. Under the decree, eligible nationals are invited to contact Algerian consulates in their host countries to begin regularization procedures. This includes the issuance of new passports where necessary, with the requirement that applicants commit in writing not to reoffend. The consulates will handle the process until the individuals return to Algeria. In Ethiopia, more homes and businesses now have access to electricity. Access to power supports education, healthcare, and local businesses. Light changes lives. More than 2.3 million children have gone back to school due to the introduction of a free education policy in Zambia, said Douglas Sayakalima, Minister of Education. Sayakalima said the policy has helped rescue children from the streets and is shaping a disciplined and productive future generation. These children were thirsty for knowledge. It was money that kept them away, he said, when welcoming learners back from their holidays. The minister added that the introduction of free education would go a long way in reducing social problems such as crime and unemployment, noting that education is part of social control. He encouraged parents and guardians to take advantage of the free education policy and send their children to school. Sayakalima further said the government would secure free education by transforming it from a policy into law through the introduction of a bill next month. He urged school administrators to uphold learners' rights to free, quality education and to provide necessary support to keep students engaged and progressing. The government, led by President Hakainde Hichilema, introduced free education after winning the 2021 general elections, fulfilling one of its key campaign pledges. Chad joins International Telecommunications on Union. Through active engagement in International Telecommunications Union activities, the Agency for the Development of Information and Communications Technologies aims to strengthen its capacity to implement, innovate, and inclusive digital policies, supporting Chad's emergence as a key player in the global digital economy. Chad joins the ITU as a member of the Telecommunications on Development sector, following a welcome letter signed by ITU Secretary General Doreen Bogondan Martin. This membership marks a significant milestone in Chad's National Digital Development Strategy. By joining the ITU, ADETIC gains access to a global platform that unites 194 member states and over 1,000 organizations from the private sector, academia, and international institutions. This collaboration provides the agency with critical expertise, best practices, and resources needed to tackle major ICT challenges in Chad. This aligns with Chad's Chad Connection 2030 National Development Strategy, spearheaded by the President, Mahamat Idris Deby Intino, aimed at promoting digital inclusion and social economic growth. Moving on to business headlines, the Ethiopian-Japan Business Forum is underway in Addis Ababa, bringing together government officials and business leaders to strengthen trade and investment ties between the two countries. The forum welcomed a Japanese delegation led by the State Minister for Foreign Affairs, Kunimitsu Ayano, alongside representatives from more than 35 Japanese companies and members of Ethiopian business community. Speaking at the opening, Minister of Trade and Regional Integration, Kasahun Gofe, highlighted the long-standing and cordial relations between Ethiopia and Japan, rooted in mutual respect and a shared vision for sustainable development. Minister Kasahun said the forum provides a platform to showcase opportunities emerging from Ethiopia's ongoing economic reforms and stressed that discussions would help translate ideas into tangible projects that deliver mutual benefits.
In line with the reform agenda, Ethiopia is actively implementing regional and continental trade agreements, such as the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement, which creates a unified market of 1.4 billion population, aiming to enhance economic growth and development on the continent and beyond. Ethiopia has officially commenced trading under the FCFTA framework, and we warmly invite Japanese investors to harness the exceptional opportunities within this vast continental market. In the context of the multilateral trading integration, Ethiopia is undertaking significant reforms on its path to World Trade Organization. Taxation, in order to ensure our trading practices are safe, fair, reliable, predictable, and firmly rooted in a rules-based system. After a lengthy journey, we have reinitiated our accession process with decisive momentum. Last year alone, we successfully concluded 2 working party meetings, and we are now working diligently towards our goal to finalizing the process in 2026.
He reaffirmed Ethiopia's commitment to expanding bilateral, regional, and multilateral trade relations, noting that cooperation with Japan supports the country's national development goals. Japan's Foreign Affairs State Minister Kunimitsu Ayano said Ethiopia's strategic position, expanding aviation network, and integration into African Continental Free Trade Area are enhancing its appeal as a gateway to regional markets. She added Ethiopia's growing role as a regional logistics hub and industrial base is attracting increasing attention from Japanese companies seeking opportunities in Africa.
As the African Union, AU, drives towards the African Continental Free Trade Area and promotes regional market integration, Ethiopia's potentials as a logistic hub and regional industrial base is attracting the attention of Japanese companies. Furthermore, I understand that in recent years, Ethiopia has been passing macroeconomic reforms under the leadership of Prime Minister Abiy, aiming for the fundamental shift from the state-led to the private sector-led economy.
The forum featured 48 business representatives and showcased Ethiopia's expanding market access under the African Continental Free Trade Area, its role as a gateway to Africa's 1.4 billion strong market, and investment opportunities in manufacturing, ICT, tourism, and mining. Participants also acknowledged Japan's strong development cooperation and expressed a shared commitment to deepening trade, expanding investment, and building long-term partnerships for sustainable growth. Nigeria is preparing to pass the National Digital Economy and E-Governance Bill, a landmark law that would place the country among the first in Africa to regulate artificial intelligence as adoption accelerates across key sectors. The bill, expected to be approved by the end of March, would give regulators new powers over data, algorithms, and digital platforms subject high-risk AI systems to closer scrutiny and require annual impact assessments. It also allows for fines of up to 10 million naira, or 2% of an AI provider's revenue from Nigeria. If enacted, the legislation would establish ethical standards for transparency, fairness, and accountability, grant authorities enforcement powers, and introduce controlled testing environments to support innovation while ensuring safe and responsible AI development. The proposed law adopts a risk-based regulatory approach similar to frameworks emerging in Europe and parts of Asia, and would apply to AI systems used in areas such as finance, public administration, surveillance, and automated decision-making. Now to sports. The Senegalese Football Federation has called on supporters to observe strict discipline and safety rules ahead of Senegal's AFCON 2025 semi-final against Egypt on January 14, 2026 at the Grande Stade de Tanger in Morocco. In a statement, the FSF stressed that high-profile match places Senegalese football under and global scrutiny, urging fans to act responsibly and respectfully. The Federation reiterated the flares, laser pointers, and other dangerous objects are strictly prohibited, warning that such actions endanger safety and harm Senegalese images. Citing previous incidents that led to CAF sanctions, the FSF cautioned that any further misconduct could result in serious consequences. The Federation appealed to supporters' patriotism to ensure the semi-finals is a celebration of African football marked by fair play, security, and exemplary conduct. Up next are the latest weather updates from the region. That wraps up our broadcast for today. Thank you for tuning in, and goodbye.
Africa we want.
Hello, Africa. A new era is taking flight. Congratulations, Africa, as a bold new chapter unfolds across this great continent. Just 40 kilometers from Addis Ababa, under the vast African sky, a bold vision has taken root, a vision that belongs to all Africans. On January 10, 2026, the groundbreaking of Bishoftu International Airport City marked the beginning of a project is not only for Ethiopia, but truly Pan-African, a gateway that will make travel and trade across the continent faster, smoother, and more ambitious than ever before.
This week, under the vast skies of Africa, just 40 kilometers from the heart of Addis Ababa, a bold vision is taking shape, a project that could redefine Africa's place in global aviation. On January 10, 2026, the groundbreaking of the Bishoftu International Airport City marked the beginning of Africa's largest and most ambitious airport and airport city development. The project will be implemented in phases. Phase 1, scheduled for completion by 2030, will accommodate up to 60 million passengers annually. Once fully developed, the airport will have the capacity to serve 110 million passengers per year, making it the largest airport in Africa and one of the largest worldwide. At the heart of this transformation is Bishoftu International Airport City, a project designed not only for Ethiopia, but for the entire African continent. Speaking at the groundbreaking ceremony, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed emphasized that the project is a continental asset, reflecting Africa's growth ambition. This project is not only for Ethiopia, the Prime Minister said. It will significantly strengthen Africa's aviation sector. Bishoftu International Airport City will be the largest in Africa and among the few largest airports in the world.
Ethiopian Airlines is not only Africa's leading carrier, it operates at more than twice the scale of the continent's second largest airline as measured by fleet size, annual passenger capacity, and revenue. Today, with the launch of this project, Ethiopia is building not only Africa's largest airport, but one of the world's few ultra-modern airports with the capacity to serve up to 110 million passengers each year.
According to Lamaya Decha, Chief Commercial Officer of Ethiopian Airlines, the project is inseparable from Africa's history and future. As one of the founding members of the Organization of African Unity and the host of African Union, Ethiopia has always stood for African integration. Connectivity is the cornerstone of people-to-people relations, trade, and development across Africa, Lama said.
Ethiopia as a country is one of the founders of the Organization for African Union, and along the line today we are the seat of the African Union. Therefore, connectivity is one of the cornerstone to enhance people-to-people relationship in Africa, movement of goods, movement of people. And the African Continental Free Trade Area can be easily achieved through such infrastructures, because having this kind of mega airport in the heart of Africa, where the African Union sits, will enhance a lot of developmental factors. Therefore, for us, it is about Africa, it is about connectivity, it is about movement of people and the goods that catalyzes the development of Africa in times to come.
Phase 1 of this landmark project, scheduled for completion by 2030, will accommodate 60 million passengers annually, setting a new standard for air travel in Africa once fully completed. Bishoftu International Airport City will have the capacity to serve 110 million passengers per year, making it not only Africa's largest airport, but one of the largest and most advanced aviation hubs in the world.
Lemma noted that the airport city is also designed to elevate aviation technology on the continent, with plans for state-of-the-art maintenance, repair, and overhaul facility to strengthen training, build African technical expertise, and expand the continent's capacity to maintain modern aircraft. He described the project as a defining milestone for Ethiopian Airlines. For us, this marks the beginning of a new era. Ethiopian Airlines is already Africa's largest carrier, and our ambition is to become one of the top 20 airlines in the world by 2035.
Ethiopia as a country is well known for its contribution to the freedom of Africans when they were under colonization. Today, we are also proud to say that we are here to liberalize and also make the aviation industry free for Africans. And what we are going to build here will not only enhance the passenger or cargo movement, but also the aviation technology. We are going to build state-of-the-art maintenance and the repair overall over here. That will for sure enhance also the training and also the capability of maintaining modern airplanes here. For us as Ethiopian Airlines, this is the beginning of a big era because today Ethiopian Airlines is one of the biggest airlines in the continent of Africa, and we are competing to be one of the top 20 airlines in the world by year 2035.
From an economic development perspective, Abraham Tesfaye, Director for Infrastructure Planning and Development at Ethiopian Airlines Group, emphasized the Bishoftu International Airport City is expected to catalyze broader growth. This project will transform Ethiopia into a major tourism destination. It will catalyze e-commerce, manufacturing, logistics, and multiple industries, he said. Abraham stressed its Pan-African purpose. If Ethiopian Airlines is Pan-African airline, then Bishoftu International Airport City is a Pan-African project. It's designed to bring Africa closer to the rest of the world. My message to fellow Africans is clear: build infrastructure for Africa.
This construction will bring to Ethiopia, it will make Ethiopia as a tourist destination. It will catalyze the e-commerce business, several industries, several manufacturing as well. Further to that, it will bring development to Africa because it makes Africa much closer to the rest of the world. So this, we call Ethiopian Airlines as a Pan-African airline. So by building Bishoftu International Airport, we will magnify same Pan-Africanism project on this area. We call Bishoftu International as BIA. I call it to my African brother, build infrastructure for Africa. So it is a meaningful project both for Ethiopia and for Africa as well.
From a technical and operational standpoint, Tariq Naji Al-Qani, Director for Operations at Dar al-Handasa Consults, described the project as transformational for Africa connectivity. Connecting people with Africa remains a major challenge. Even the first phase of airport, designed to handle 60 million passengers annually, will create significant opportunities during construction and long after completion, Tariq said. This hub will strengthen bonds among African nations. It will give travelers a true flavor of Ethiopia and a true flavor of Africa, Tariq added.
What I expect from this project when completed, even first phase 1, is going to be a transformational project, not only for Ethiopia, it is a transformational project for Africa. Connectivity and connecting people in Africa is a challenge, and we believe increasing the capacity of this aviation hub up to 60 million passengers in phase 1 will certainly create new opportunities during construction, after the completion, create more bonds amongst the African countries, and it will give all nations who use Ethiopia as a transit hub a flavor of Africa and a flavor of Ethiopia, and we're extremely excited.
With the African Development Bank serving as mandated lead arranger to mobilize debt financing, Bishoftu International Airport City stands as a symbol of African confidence, cooperation, and capability. Backed by an investment of more than $10 billion, this world-class airport city is more than concrete and runways. As a gateway to progress, prosperity, and continental integration. Built by Africans for Africa and connected to the world, Bishoftu International Airport City embodies the future envisioned by the Africa we want, aligning closely with Africa's Agenda 2063 by fostering connectivity, trade, and African expertise innovation. The project contributes directly to the continent's vision for inclusive growth, regional integration, and global competitiveness, a tangible milestone on Africa's path toward a prosperous and united future.
Built by Africans for Africa and connected to the world, Bishoftu International Airport City is a movement to African ambition. More than an airport, embodies the vision of Agenda 2063, supporting inclusive growth, regional integration, and global competitiveness. By fostering trade, enhanced connectivity, and developing African aviation expertise, this project is a tangible milestone on the continent's path toward a prosperous, united, and self-reliant Africa. The future of African connectivity starts here, and it starts now. Follow Pulse of African Media and stay tuned for more stories of African progress, innovation, and achievement. Let's build the Africa we want together.
The Africa we want.